Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Thursday to you. Taking a look here at TRB Teller Coin. We're going to see what's going on, of course, and help understand, well, best practice and big picture for this. The best practice, honestly, is to avoid this coin with a 10-foot pole. That's probably the best advice. But in truth, there's a lot of profits to be taken too. I mean, for example, some of our community members really took it hard yesterday, 556%. Good job, Alexandru. There's also a few others as well that wasn't the exact same trade, but I'm super proud of Jules. Really, really good job on that, man. 10x, 12x. I like the lower leverage personally. That's just me. But again, safer than sorry, right? So coins like this, high leverage, you got to be careful with the entries, right? So what we want to look at is some key takeaways here. What's happening here right now? We can see the coin right now is consolidating right there at that 0.5 mark, got a nice little bounce off of $46, and it's coming up as we speak. Okay, so in this situation here, what you really want to do is, well, be cautious and careful with your entry and make sure we get confirmation. Truth is, Bitcoin is having a good day, and coincidentally, TRB is down. That those two aren't correlated directly. Okay, so you got to recognize that this coin kind of follows to the march of its own drum, or beats. What's the term? It marches to the beat of its own drum, right? In other words, it doesn't care too much about Bitcoin yet, but a lot of times they'll eventually align themselves. Okay? Either way, something we want to kind of consider. So we're going to look at some important factors here. Quick thing also too, just to note, we do have this benefit here over on our, with our, what is it, BingX. Let me find it for you just really quick. There is an offer that they're offering right now. Use my link to register. You can see that we have a good amount of benefits. There's an iPhone Pro, trial funds, and more. They just wanted me to kind of mention this so you can understand that it's easy to become eligible just by using the exchange. You do have to use the link down below to register for that. Be sure to check that out in your own time. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, well, kind of the play out here that's happening with TRB, because we expect it to go up, but not this high, right? It went all the way up to $67 even, and essentially has come down ever since. Now, what it does, and this is a very common characteristic, you see that halfway mark, 0.5 is like a gravitational pull towards the center. So oftentimes you will see the price action get dragged to that level, just based on natural retracement. Okay. We also want to take a look here at Elliott wave. We can see that we got this little bounce here. So if this is our start of our A pattern, our ABC pattern, we are likely to see the price come up to the 0.236 level and then retrace. Okay. So just know we're not out of the woods yet because the price pulled back and it's not just going to take off from here. If it does what it's supposed to, which we usually see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 3 higher highs and 2 higher lows, it's followed by 2 lower lows and a lower high. So if this is the bottom, we want to go ahead and make sure to recognize that it should come up for somewhat of a dead cat bounce, or what would look like one, where the price comes up and gets rejected and come back down to establish that secondary low, the second lower low. Okay, so just know that could be a potential reality. Is Elliott wave 100%? No. But it is a good theory, and it does apply most times. So if it becomes invalidated, of course, and the price wicks up past 67, that would be a change in story. But for right now, we can expect the price to continue up to this maybe $57 mark and then come back down. So a good shorting opportunity would be roughly 57 based on this sentiment. Let's look at some other contributing factors here, right? Let's see what's going on and help understand where we're at. So we're down back below 70 on the RSI, and this is typically a good selling point. A lot of times if you were to say long, for example, on a swing trade, say you got in anywhere in this range, a good signal to get out of your trade is when 70 crosses below, or sorry, the RSI crosses below 70 downward. Okay, so for lack of better terms here, which I know I say a lot, some people have mentioned that, the best way to describe this is a decent selling opportunity. The price should continue lower, right? That's essentially what we're looking at there. Because you got to recognize the big picture, this coin's doing it's very strong. And if you look at the last few weeks, while this is all well and good, it's got to come to an end soon. And we've got a few white soldiers there that need to kind of come back down for a 4th or 5th red candle on the weekly. All right, so we've established that all this stuff is happening right now. Let's take a look at the moving averages and kind of confirm we're ascending positively here with the 20-day SMA. So there's no doubt in my mind, and there's no way for us to misinterpret this. This coin is still very bullish. Just because it is due for a correction doesn't mean it will. We just have to assume it's going to continue upwards until it doesn't. Okay, and the best way to identify that is to break a trend line. So let's talk about the trend lines here just really quick. We got this larger ascending trend, which we won't probably retest that. We won't test that for a while. We got this more immediate ascending trend here, which is concurrent with the 20-day SMA. So if we drag this guy out here essentially and kind of look at it a little bit bigger, we still got some time before that is tested. Okay, so that shorter term time frame ascending trend is our friend. Okay, until we break below that, we can assume the price is going to continue higher. Okay, a lot of times it'll just continue to meander around, and then it'll continue to do something like this here as it goes up to continue that trend. Again, it's establishing higher highs and higher lows, basically letting the bears know that they're not in control and the bulls are fully in control. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up here. Let's go to the 4 hour and just touch on the hourly. We can see the same scenario here as well. We got this shorter term ascending trend, which is positive still. We're above that. So by no means am I saying to short at this point. We got a little ways before we need to worry about that or concern ourselves with that. Again, careful just shorting this coin. We tried to short, honestly, we had to close our trade early and take a small loss. And the reason why, because it was on fire and it would not stop. So sometimes you got to learn to cut your losses. I talk about that in my private trading videos. If you're part of our premium group, you be sure to watch those videos on our homepage there. But I have a section about emotional trading, and that factors in here basically at this point, because a lot of times you get attached to certain buys and it will screw you over in the long run. One thing that is obvious here so far, but hasn't happened yet, we have a divergence on the MACD forming, basically just telling us that the shift in momentum is moving from bullish to bearish, and that is potential reality, especially if we drop down below 50 on the RSI. We're not there yet, we're still in bullish territory, but it looks like it is wanting to confirm that downtrend. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see rejection off this level if it comes up that higher, and to come down to establish a lower low after a higher low, okay? Or a lower high rather. Lower high, and then a lower low after. Okay, that's what we're looking for, which we are so far happening, but it's a little premature, a little early. Looking at the hour, let's see if we've lost the cloud, which I think we probably have. In fact, we're in a situation where, okay, we're within the cloud. Okay, so this is a prime example of a case in point where you don't want to trade. If the price goes sideways for 24 more hours, that would be a case in point where you might want to consider shorting to this level here, about $46. The main reason why I say that is because, again, it'll probably be establishing a lower high, right? And then it'll establish a lower low from there, kind of confirming not only Elliott wave theory, but also a break below the cloud, which is going to work as a resistance level. As you can see, we've been above the cloud for some time. So with us traveling within that, that's kind of a no man's land. It's a place where you do not want to trade. And you want to make sure to set yourself aside and kind of wait. That's basically what I do in situations like this. I like to set alerts. So the price does just say, for example, wick up to a certain level. I might take consider taking a short position there at about $57, $58. Okay, but again, it depends on when that happens. If that happens right away, it might be a good consideration. If it turns itself around, takes a while, then we're going to start breaking bearish here. We're going to be below 50 in the RSI naturally. We're going to have that MACD divergence in the 4 hour, and some reasons why the price should come down from here. So my speculation is that the price will go sideways and down because we've established that lower high and that lower low. We'd want to finish that phase off here with another lower low somewhere below the $46 mark. So to me, I'm not really looking for a long position just yet, but if I were to, because I get the question a lot, right between 0.5 and 0.618. So between $41 and $46 would be a good entry for a long on this coin. Okay, again, perfect case, better case scenario, right? We're not there yet. We got to be patient. So I guess the moral of the story here today is just be patient, right? Try not to force a trade because there's tons of opportunities out there. And this coin, I wouldn't say its sale has set, but I do think we're going to start seeing a little less volatility in the near future because I didn't talk about this, but volume is starting to dissipate. And as volume continues to come down, you start to see less exciting behavior. Okay. So what are your thoughts? Do you think it's going to go up or down from here? Is it just going to be stuck on stoop and go sideways for some time? I'd love to hear it. Let us know, comment below. Obviously, feel free to jump on over to our Telegram or Discord as well. Discord's probably the best place to voice your opinion because we have an open discussion forum here. We have a voice chat, things that we like to do to kind of stay engaged and interact with each other. Okay, so be sure to check that out. And thanks again to all of our new members coming on over. We've got somewhere in the range of about 1130 now. It was at about 1100 a week ago. So we got almost 30 new members in the last week. If you want to be part of something bigger, jump on over there. And again, if you do want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site where you can have access to our awesome trading signals here. We took some profits there from Comp, 40%, Terra Classic, 20%, KNC, 20%. These are all 5x leverage trades too, by the way. My members that are doing 10 to 20x are obviously double or quadruple what you see there for those results. So congrats again, everyone. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.